Hey guys, sorry, long time no see. I've been very busy lately and I haven't really gotten the chance to make a video with these cuties, but I'm very excited to be here with them today. And it's kind of in the evening, so the sunlight is disappearing slowly, so if they look a little bit dark, I am so sorry. But today I wanted to talk about a silicone doll versus a vinyl doll and my opinions on each baby. I personally like to have a wide variety in my collection, so I don't like one more than the other. But for somebody who's trying to decide whether to get a silicone or a vinyl doll, I hope this will help you. Also, maybe you already have a vinyl doll and you're trying to debate whether a silicone doll would be right for you, because silicones are a lot more expensive, but we'll get into a little bit more detail on that later in the video. So I guess I'll kind of just go back and forth between them and kind of list the pros about each baby and each different type of material that these dolls are made out of. So anyway, I guess I'll just kind of show you guys our flexibility comparison. So a silicone doll is very, very squishy, as you can tell. A lot of squish in their face, and this is not the best video to make when she was in the sleeper, but that's okay. She looks super cute in it. And then she, as you can tell, barely squishy. Vinyl is a lot more stiff, so if you guys didn't know that, if you're new to the hobby. Anyway, so I guess I'll start with Delilah over here. She's a silicone, and the silicones do have a very realistic movement. I mean, obviously not super realistic because they don't have bones, but sometimes when you're walking with them, they'll jiggle a little bit and it'll actually look like they're moving. Also, they do wiggle in a lot of places, and when you're holding them, they feel just like a baby in your arms. And a vinyl doll obviously doesn't do that. They're a lot more stiff, and they just don't really move how a real baby would move sometimes. However, Reborns are a lot cheaper. With a silicone doll, it's a long process, and it's a very difficult process to do. With a Reborn doll, they're kind of just, yeah, vinyl Reborn doll, they're kind of just mass produced, and it's not super duper difficult since it's made by a factory and then an artist paints it. So there's a difference between factory dolls and Reborn dolls too, by the way, but we're not going to talk about that in this video. The next thing is that, like I said before, silicones are a lot more cuddly because they kind of just melt in your arms. And one of my favorite thing about Reborn dolls is the comfort that they give me when I hold them. It's actually one of my favorite things about Reborns. Oh, and Coco wants to join in on the fun over here. Huh. Anyway, so they are very, very cuddly. A lot more cuddly than Reborns in my opinion because they're so squishy. And then the thing with silicone dolls is obviously you cannot pose them. They kind of just jiggle wherever they would like to jiggle. A Reborn doll you can pose because they have a cloth body with zip ties right here, so you can move them. You can also move their head. And on some silicone dolls you can move their head, but not like their arms or legs. Like if I wanted to pose Delilah, this is the only pose she can really keep. I mean, I can put her in different things and kind of move her the way I want to, but she just doesn't pose as well for pictures. So if you guys are really wanting to take pictures of your dolls and kind of put them in different, you know, poses, then a Reborn doll would be better for you. Also, you can put more clothing on a silicone doll, more different types, because they have a full body. As you can tell, she has a little belly and a back, so you can put super duper cute outfits on them. Like for this little outfit, I had to put a white onesie underneath of it or else it would show her cloth. But if I just wanted to put this little romper thing on Delilah, I would not have to even put anything underneath of it, and it looks so cute. It also looks really cute in pictures. So if you're the type of person that wants a Reborn just because you like to buy baby clothes and that sort of thing for them, I would say a silicone doll would be better for you. Also, the thing with dressing is you can't really dress a silicone a lot. I mean, you can buy a lot of really cute outfits for them, but you have to remember to only dress them once or twice a week because they're very fragile. Now, reborns, on the other hand, they're still very fragile, and you should not give them to children or people who are not very careful with their things. But they're not going to rip or tear or peel or anything like that if you're careful. Like, Delilah has a lot of peeling on her because she's an older doll, and the owner before me, a couple owners before me, did not care for her properly, I'm guessing, because she also has a couple rips and tears on her, which is really sad. So they probably should have had a reborn because the vinyl will not rip or tear unless you're like trying to rip or tear it. Also, you have to remember that silicones can't touch a lot of products. Like, they could not touch faces because silicone cannot be up against vinyl or it will react. Yet again, very fragile. You have to know what you're doing. But silicones are fun because they can take baths and go in the swimming pool or a non-chlorine swimming pool with you. I mean, not all the time because, like I said, they're fragile. But if you guys like giving baths and that sort of thing, like it just looks like fun to you, I would recommend getting a silicone because baths are so much fun. I've had one bath with her and I had a great time. So it's definitely something to think about. However, on the other side over here, I feel like this is like boom, boom. Anyway, reborns you can get a lot more detail into because painting a silicone is very, very difficult. And as you can tell, I mean, she is detailed and she does look like a real baby, but she has a lot more detail in her and a lot more coloring. I mean, it's maybe not the best comparison because, like I said, Delilah is peeling, so she doesn't have a lot of coloring left on her, but still, it's kind of difficult to get silicone paints the way you can get vinyl paints. So if you want a doll with a lot of detail and you're really, really picky about that, get a reborn. Also, the fun thing about silicones is they can take pacifiers and bottles. And Champ came to join us too. It's like a doggy party in here. Anyway, so if you guys like the realism of having bottles and pacifiers in their mouth, silicones are a ton of fun for that. She has a magnet in her mouth, so she can take a magnetic pacifier, but putting real pacifiers in their mouth is a lot more fun and a lot more realistic. Especially if you take it out like in the grocery store or baby store. It looks like a real baby. It's super crazy. I love it. On the flip side of things, reborns are a lot lighter. Silicone is very, very heavy and you can't really control the weight of it. So if you have kind of like a bad arm or a bad back or, you know, you just don't like carrying heavy things, I would get a reborn because you can control what weight they are. Like Delilah is almost 7 pounds, super duper heavy. She's hard on my arm. Kaylee is only like 4 pounds and she's super easy to carry anywhere. She's a very portable little bean. The next pro with a silicone baby is they have a really cute belly and back, and I love that little detail of a baby. I think babies have super duper cute bellies and they're fun to show off in like little cloth diapers. And with a vinyl doll, I mean, you can have a full body, but they're not really very cuddly and they just don't really look quite natural. So I wouldn't get a full body vinyl doll. And the only other way you can get like a belly look on this baby would be a belly plate, and sometimes those are kind of a pain in the butt because they just don't really like look right unless you pose it the right way, and it can be a lot of work. So just having that already on the baby, it looks really, really nice in pictures. However, a reborn doll that's made out of vinyl takes a lot less time to dress and to care for because you don't have to powder them and you don't have to be super duper careful when you're putting on their clothes and when you're picking them up, because if you don't pick Delilah up the right way, she can flop and break something, or if you do something wrong, her hair can fall out super duper easily. And Reborns are just overall less maintenance. So if you're looking for something cheaper, less maintenance, and more detail, I would go with a Reborn. And if you're looking for something cuddly and comforting and very, very realistic and baby-like, I would go with a Silicone. And if you have the money, because silicones are very expensive, and especially if you're new to the hobby, it seems a bit much to spend the amount on a silicone doll. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and I hope to be making more videos with these little ones. But anyway, have a great week. Bye!